Joining me now to continue the conversation, retired Air Force Brigadier General and former Deputy Military Advisor to NATO, Blaine Holt, along with retired Air Force Special Operations Commander, Major Glenn Ignacio. An all Air Force panel this morning. It's wonderful. General Holt, I want to go to you first. Everybody has called these referendums a sham, rightly so, but what are the practical implications of the annexation now as this war enters its 220th day?
Well, it's great to be with you, Tom. Off of his old Crimea playbook, this is the take the land, declare a sham referendum, and then make the international community eat this. Unfortunately, here we've got a devastating war. Taking these regions is contested completely, and you see this with Lyman and what we're about to see in Bakhmut. And so we're going to have to watch from here. But what Vladimir Putin did in his speech yesterday is clearly raise the stakes and the danger.
Ratcheting up the rhetoric at a press conference yesterday, NATO's Secretary General spoke about why it's important to continue to fight and win against Putin. Take a listen to this.
If we let Putin win in Ukraine, it will be catastrophic for Ukraine. Ukraine will cease to exist as an independent sovereign nation, but it will also be dangerous for us. It's not as if inaction is not a risk. Inaction is a great risk. Because that will create a world where Putin will see that with impunity he can use military force, invade a neighbor, and then establish a sphere of influence.
Major, tough words, but do you think that NATO will finally answer Zelensky's pleas for membership? And are we going to actually see NATO engage in a way perhaps that we haven't before?
Well, we have to have a, completely unanimous vote for them to be accepted into NATO. I think right now that'd be tough. We have some countries that are really on the fence as far as how far they would want to support. And again, at that point, a attack on one NATO country is an attack on all, which means you would have a united large front against Russia. And that would be a big challenge. And I think that's going to be one of the big barriers for him to be able to enter NATO at this time.
General Holt, we have seen the devastating impact of a lack of effective deterrence by the Biden administration. What has been your assessment of the president's response thus far, as it does look like we are going into a new phase of this conflict?
We are, and we should remain focused that we've got a lot of lessons to learn here and a lot of examination into accountability. There's no question we've missed opportunities to avoid this place. But we have to look forward to this now. Putin has now declared that the West is the one that took out the pipelines and that his war is really with the West. Ukraine he sees as something that is winding down. If he attacks the West in any way, shape, or form, we have to be ready for that. We have to be ready for a range of options that we can respond with.
All right. And Major, there are reports of joint exercises between the Chinese and the Russians this week, just miles off the Alaska coast. We have heard reports this morning of nuclear-capable bombers being moved to the border of Finland. What do these moves say to you, if anything, at this point?
Well, you're definitely seeing a tighter connection between China and Russia. I mean, they've always had that good relationship, but the idea of actually seeing joint maneuvers at this time while this conflict is going on, and also the rhetoric in the Indo-Pacific area starts increasing. So to see them so close of Alaska is definitely one of the things to show the United States, hey, we now have a teammate. We're starting to pull things together a little tighter. That can be an intimidating action, but, these are things that are definitely on the increase. The bombers that are being moved forward, that's something that we've always taken into consideration, that sometimes they come in and penetrate the United States to test our reaction times. But it is something we've got to watch, especially with these threats recently.
All right, we're going to have to leave it there. General Holt, the next time I talk to you, though, you're going to tell me who bombed the Nord Stream pipeline, okay? I'm expecting you to figure that out, all right? General Blaine Holt and Major Glenn Ignacio, thank you so much for being with us and for your insights today.
Have a great day, Tom.
Good morning. Take care.
Stay with us.